Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever I'm finding you today, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today, I'm going to delight you with a different kind of story. This is a personal story from yours truly, and it is a real experience that happened to me. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show whilst I take you down memory lane. So, this story takes place back when I was in high school, and during this time, um, I was single, of course. There was this guy in my friendship circle. I'm gonna call him S because, S for Stalker. Spoiler alert. He was like in the friendship circle, and my cats are fighting, and I would love to be very close with my friends. I'm a very clingy person, and my friends knew this. They were all aware, and this was all consensual. Like, I would kiss my friends, I would hug my friends, all of that stuff. One day, I kissed this friend, S, and he came up to me at the end of the school day and told me that was his first kiss. For me, it meant nothing, I'm going to be honest. But for him, it was a big deal. Now, bear in mind, I am a man, and obviously he knows that. Well, this guy presented himself as straight. So I was like, yeah, no big deal. Great. You were fine with it. I was fine with it. A few days later, we start talking and we start dating. Yes, I start dating a straight man. Who would have saw that coming? I'm going to give like a quick tangent that I was dating a girl before this guy, and she broke up with me because she was more interested in S. So it's kind of funny that I ended up with S. Anyway, Um, he was a little bit needy. Like, he needed to know where I was all the time, and he needed to show everybody that we were a couple, and he needed to show everybody how affectionate he was. However, he was ashamed of his mother finding out. He loved to show off to everybody in school and make everybody aware, but he was afraid that his mother would find out, and he even like faked that I was in a relationship with someone else when I visited his mother. Like, he made me fake like being in a relationship with a woman because he was like, no, my mother can't know that a gay man like stayed in my house. I was like, okay, thanks for assuming my sexuality. Just for the record, I don't know my own sexuality. Anyway, one day, um, I just wasn't feeling great. Like, you're in high school, you're studying for your exams, you're just stressed. And I took a bit longer than usual to respond to him. I just wanted to hang out with my friends and chill. And then he was being off, like really off, and he was really quiet. And then I looked over his shoulder, and he had an entire, like, memo notes full of Angelo doesn't love me, Angelo doesn't love me, Angelo doesn't love me. And there was paragraphs upon paragraphs of that. And I think at that moment I had enough. I got the ick, as my girlies like to call it, and I think I stopped like being interested in him at that point, and it was really weird. I ended up telling him that I couldn't do that because having someone be like, "I need you to tell me I I love you and you love me," after seeing like his phone full of Angelo doesn't love me, Angelo doesn't love me, Angelo doesn't love me, I was like, I can't. Like, at the time I was 15, maybe 14. I'm like, no, I can't. Puberty is about to hit. We can't be doing this. So anyway, eventually I broke up with him, and then he decided to tell our friendship circle that he tried to kill himself because of me. Turns out, according to his mother, that was false. He faked his suicide attempt to get to me. Anyway, he missed school because of it, and actually was sending me texts throughout the school day being like, why weren't you at this place? Why weren't you in I had a nasty habit of skipping lessons that I didn't like. Don't do that. Don't be me. So I found that really weird that he knew where I was and where I wasn't. Here's where the fun begins, darlings. I got my entire friendship circles and extended circles, and I decided I would be a smartass. and eliminate people who I thought it wasn't, who was like spying on me, who it wasn't. And I came down to three people who it could have been, who were giving information to this guy. The prime suspect was, remember the girl who broke up with me to get with this guy, but I got with S instead? I I love my friends for this. Like my friend, fake names, of course, to protect them. E and J, we faked an amazing photo where we pretended that me and J were completely drunk, and E staged a photo of us fake spoon. We were both awake, we were both sober, we were fake spooning on the floor under a blanket. I think it was a dressing gown, which makes it funnier. And sent that picture to the girl who broke up with me. Let's call her C. Let's call her C. And C told S, my stalker, that I cheated on him, which is what the lie was supposed to be to catch her out. So I got spammed the following day with questions on why did I cheat on S? Why did I do it? Even people were like, "Is this true? Did you cheat on S?" And that's when I revealed the plan to everybody, and they were like, "Really? Really? That's genius." Because I think cheating is lousy. And anyway, I found out that it was C who was telling S all of these things. Um, because obviously, how else would he find out of the exclusive picture that only C got? And he is still convinced to this day that I cheated on him, despite the fact that I remember we broke up on a Thursday and the picture was staged on a weekend. Let the silence kick in. I had a lot of fun making up the lies. Um, I felt like a detective. I felt like I was playing Danganronpa. If anybody knows that game, leave a little comment. And it was the best feeling ever, being able to suss out who was like the quote unquote snake of the friendship circle, and like cutting them out and beheading the friend. Not really, but it just felt fantastic to finally be free of the stalker, to expose him as a stalker. A lot of these people aren't friends with him anymore, and to explain the story to a lot of friends, to be like, yeah, I came up with this. Because it's not that big of a deal now, but when you're like 14, 15, you're like, this is the best thing I've ever come up with. This is the smartest plan ever. I am a genius. And I was floating on that high until I left school and went to college, which, for anybody who's not in the UK, you leave school at like 15, 16, and then you go to college at like 16. Because there's like a 6/7 week holiday, and some people turn 18 during that July and August period. So, a little life update about my ex. I found out from somebody that I don't even know, um, that he now only dates underage people. So I guess I dodged a bullet there. Anyway, that is the magnificent story of how I found out who was working in cahoots with my creepy ex-boyfriend Stalker. I guess the moral of the story today, my darlings, is um don't date someone who's your first kiss, or do, or just if somebody has like a plethora of notes that say your name doesn't love you, your name doesn't love you, your name doesn't love you, that is a sign to just not just like cut them off, but block them. Because high school me didn't know that it was okay to block people. Yeah, if somebody's doing stuff like that, just take my experience, take my plan experience, eliminate like the potential non-snakes, and then take the three plan idea and give three different separate plans to all of the potential liars, and then make sure all the plans are different and nobody else knows apart from you, and then see which X finds out which plan, and then you've got your snake, you've got your liar, and you can just remove them from your life, but you don't need them. You don't need them in your life. Anyway, that is my story. Today is a little bit of a quick video because I'm going to be working on a vlog of a gig that I'm going to tomorrow. The gig is 21 Pilots, if anybody's interested. I'm not sure how much of the gig I can show because of course, copyright. But I would love to, show any of it that's non-copyright, for anybody who couldn't make the show, and to just show, like outfit of the day and how getting around the venue is, because it's a big venue, and this will be my first time seeing 21 Pilots actually, and I've heard it's a very, very, very good show. So stay around for that one, I guess, and I shall see you next time, my babies. I love you all and stay safe. Mwah.